Hey Hofstra fans, welcome inside the WB Mason Coaches Report with Mo Cassara. I'm Anthony Barrett, joined by Mo Cassara, head coach of the Hofstra Pride men's basketball team. Coach, thanks for the time. How are you?
Anthony, good. Good morning.
So, Coach, you had two games this past week, one on the road, one at home. We'll start out with the game Tuesday night. You went to Wagner, lose 59-43, one of the worst offensive performances during your tenure here. Why do you think the team struggled so much?
Well, it's been a handful of things. We obviously haven't shot the ball very well, and we've been struggling offensively. I think defensively we're doing some good things to keep ourselves in games. Not to make excuses, we've had some injuries, some sickness, some various things go on that we haven't really had a lot of great continuity right now within our team. But we're fighting through that. That happens. That's part of the season sometimes, and you have to be good. You have to be a little lucky, and right now we've been a little unlucky with injuries and things like that. But I think those are things that we can correct.
You brought up the fact that your team coming into the season didn't really look like you had a whole lot of depth to begin with, but now you've been working with the seven-man rotation against Wagner. No Stevie Mejia, no Brian Crowder. Stephen Wanconi had the flu, so you were dealing with a lot of these different things. How tough is that where in the second half, let's say with about 8 minutes left, your guys are just tired because of all the playing time?
Yeah, it's tough, and then when the ball's not going to the basket, it makes it a lot tougher.
Yeah.
So it's been a kind of a handful of things like that have kind of snowballed together. On top of that, it's tough to practice when you have a short group like that. So we're hoping we can get healthy here, get back on the right track, and I think we're going to start doing that hopefully here tomorrow.
Now, you played host to Manhattan this Saturday. You lost to Manhattan, making the winning streak the losing streak rather, 4 games in a row now. What did you see from your team against the Jaspers?
Well, we got off to a slow start again, and again, a lot of credit to Manhattan and a lot of credit to Wagner. Danny and Steve have done great jobs with those programs. They both have a lot of really talented young guys, and they're both playing very well right now. Unfortunately, we're not playing real well right now as a unit, and that's something that we have to kind of find our way through. We in final exams here for a couple days. We have a couple days here to get back to practice and really hopefully get healthy. And if we do that, we have the ability to win a lot of games still.
Now, Manhattan's full court press was kind of causing you guys to struggle in the first half, but then you switched to a press of your own in the second half. You were able to cause over 20 turnovers in the Manhattan game. What do you think was the change from first they were bringing all the pressure to you guys, and then you guys were able to?
It's like the old adage. Sometimes pressing teams don't like to be pressed, and again, with a little bit of our lack of depth, I was a little reluctant to do that just because we didn't have a lot of bodies on the bench and a lot of depth. But hopefully, as we get healthy here, we can try to implement that and hopefully get our defense to be a little bit of our offense.
Now, Dwan McMillan has been playing about 37, 38 minutes a game since Stephen Mejia went down. What do you think of his play so far?
Dwan's been giving us everything he has. He's played a lot of minutes. He's put a lot of responsibilities kind of been thrown on his back. I thought he did a much better job of not turning the ball over and really getting us into our stuff the other day. We just have to be able to execute and make some baskets now. If we do that, I think a little bit of the pressure will come off our defense, and then ultimately that will result in some wins for us.
Mike Moore's been getting a lot of extra attention from the defense now, and he's somebody that into the year kind of had to learn how to manufacture his own shot a little bit. Now he's getting double teamed. So what is it going to take to get him scoring, and who else on the team is going to have to step up for that?
Yeah, I think Mike's going to have to really keep moving. One thing that Charles Jenkins was great on last year is he never stopped moving once teams tried to take him away. And I think we have enough stuff in our arsenal to get him shots and to help him get shots within our offense. And that's something Mike's going to have to learn now. He's going to be the focal point of every team. And then we need some other guys to step up. Dave Imes, Nat Lester, guys that have not really been able to put the ball in the basket as of late, certainly have that ability. I believe in them, and they're terrific players. We just got to get them back on track a little bit offensively. They are doing some other great things on the court, that don't necessarily show up in the box score.
What have you seen from Nat and Dave that have caused them to struggle on offense recently?
Well, I think they're a little bit of different roles now than they were last year, or maybe 2 years ago for Nat. And sometimes the ball just doesn't go in the basket. I think they're both getting some good shots right now. They're both getting some good opportunities. But like I said, I'm very proud of some of the things they're doing that don't necessarily show up in the box score. And ultimately, those are things that are going to help us down the road.
Now, you have Binghamton at home this Saturday, but you have a full week of practice before you take on the Bearcats. So what's going to be the focus in practice?
Well, yesterday and today we took off. Real important. We have a lot of exams, a lot of guys with exams today and tomorrow. The exam load kind of lightens up towards the end of the week, so we'll have a little bit more time. But a couple days here to kind of clear our plates a little bit, take a deep breath, focus on our academics. That's most important right now. And then we get back to work on Tuesday afternoon, and we'll have a good Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday practice to get ready for a Binghamton team that is coming in here looking for a win as well.
How big is that 2 days off for the team with all the extra minutes that everyone has been playing? How big is that to let them get off the court and rest their legs?
Anthony, I think sometimes it's very important physically, but sometimes it's as important mentally. I think mentally right now we needed a little bit of a break. We need to step back, realize that we are not that far away. We've lost a couple games in the last seconds, had some injuries, had some sickness, had a handful of things that just haven't quite gone our way. It's a long season. The CAA, season is right around the corner. We have to prepare for that, and then ultimately we have some more non-conference games to try to go out there and win.
And what's going to be the key to victory against Binghamton on Saturday?
I think we're going to have to really execute and play our game and put the ball in the basket and continue to do some of the things we're doing defensively. But it's much more about us. This is an us game, about us getting some confidence, about us playing harder and manufacturing some points. If we do that, we'll have an opportunity to win on Saturday.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot. Good
Thanks,
luck.
Anthony, as always.
And thank you, Hofstra fans, for joining us inside the WB Mason Coaches Report with Mo Cassara.